Hello and welcome to Hadoop Exam Learning Resources. In this session, we would be discussing about question number 17 from AWS Solution Architect Professional Level Certification. These are practice questions that you need to understand in depth and understand the underlying concept before answering this question, so that in real exam it would not be confusing for you to answer any question. So you need to understand very well the concepts before appearing your real exam, and once you learn this concept, I can guarantee that would help you in your real-time project as well when you really work in the organization. So now let me move to question number 16 here. So what question number 17 here. 16 we already covered. Question number 17, previously created Oracle DB instance in AWS was not in VPC. Earlier, actually Amazon was allowing you to create a DB instances which were not part of VPC, and that can be created, which is now if you create a new one, it is not possible to create without VPC any RDS instance. But previously, if very old RDS instances was created which was not on VPC, which of the following you have to do so you can launch your DB instance in new VPC? So what action you need to take to move that instance into VPC? So now let's go to the explanation first, then we'll come back here. Basically question number 17 here. So first try to understand the concept. If you are moving DB instance that is not in VPC into another VPC, there are several steps you need to take. So as we discussed previously, basically so if my DB instance is not in a VPC, let's say this is my VPC, new VPC I have created, it's new VPC, and this RDS instance which was not in a VPC, it can be any RDS instance, and I wanted to move into this VPC. That is what the question is asking. So what all I need to do? Example, if you want to move your DB instance that is not in VPC from, let's say this is DB1 T1 DB instance you created which is not part of your DB instance, and also you want to change the class of DB instance, correct? DB T1 DB2 T1 T2 DB instance class which requires a VPC. This is mandatorily have a VPC. This was not required previously VPC. You need to do following steps. First you must create a VPC. So this is the VPC you have to first create. That is the first step you need to do. Second step, create a subnet in a VPC. We discussed previously we need to have a subnet inside a VPC. Like this subnet can be across available, like not a same subnet can be in a same availability zone only. So this is in AZ1 and this is in AZ2 availability zone 2 you created. So this is the second step you need to perform. Create a subnet. Create subnet for that. Yes, without subnet you can't. Create a DB subnet group that contains the subnet you created. Now basically subnet group you need to define. So this is other subnet. So third step is subnet group we need to define. I know this is again a virtual concept, correct? You're not physically creating this, so you need to define which all are subnet part of this subnet group, and then create a VPC security group so you can access DB instances in VPC. Now you need to create a security group. Fourth step is security group you need to create, correct? That those are instance level, correct? Here it is saying in the VPC, but you can access DB instances because this is for DB instance. Finally, you must create a DB snapshot for your DB instance. Now you wanted to move this to the fifth one is create a snapshot. Snapshot is basically whatever data is stored on this database you would take as a file base. Okay, a file would be created using this, that is a snapshot, and then restore the DB snapshot using the VPC DB subnet group and VPC security group, and then create a new DB instance here, and this DB instance would be empty as we know, because firstly you create the same DB, and then you need to restore this the snapshot, correct, here basically, so that this database would have the same data as this database. So these are the generic steps which you need to follow when you move one DB instance to which was not part of VPC, but now you wanted to move into VPC, so that you need to follow. So to move an Amazon RDS, so it's very similar thing when you need to move DB from VPC to VPC. This was example where not in VPC and we are moving into VPC, but we wanted to move into VPC to VPC. Then there are other things. I think this one more thing here we have not mentioned is because the question is not asking, but option group you need to create, correct? We did learn from the previous session as well, option group. So here it is assuming you are using default option group, whatever attached to that VPC. So to move an Amazon RDS DB instance to new VPC, you must change its subnet group before you move. So this is, we discussed, this is now VPC to VPC. Could be example, RDS DB instance in new network, configure new VPC including security group, inbound rules, subnet group, route tables. When you change the VPC for a DB instance, the instance reboots when it moves to one network to another network. So obviously it would even if you move your DB instance from this VPC to this VPC, I'm just saying here, this is you are moving here to here, VPC to VPC, then also instance reboot would happen. So you need to make sure when you do this activity, you do under maintenance window this activity, correct? This is a big switch, so that is what you have to create. The DB instances in multiple availability zone, convert the DB instance and sync. You can't change the VPC for a DB instance. Now this is very important points which you may get in exam, correct? So when you can't change a VPC for a DB instance, there are some restriction as well. The DB instance is in multiple availability zone, multi-AZ. If your DB instance is multi-AZ, then you can't convert first DB instance into single availability zone, which you can do, and then convert it back to. So basically what it's trying to say, if your DB instance, this is a VPC, correct, and VPC can be across availability zone. Suppose this subnet is in a AZ1, this subnet is in AZ2, correct, this is 1 and 2, and your database is stored created across availability zone. So if you migrate to new VPC, what you have to first do, convert this database into single availability zone, then only you can migrate. And once migration is done to new VPC, then convert back into multi-AZ. That is a thing you need to remember. Okay, so that is what, if your database is multi-availability zone, it cannot be directly migrated. You can't change DB subnet group to a multi-AZ configuration. So subnet group configuration cannot be directly converted to multi-AZ. By default, Amazon Aurora storage is multi-AZ even for a single instance. So by default it is this. So you can't modify the VPC for Amazon Aurora. So that is very important, very specific. You need to check here. So there could be some specific process what needs to be done. So there could be separately you need to go over this, and but here Aurora by default is multi-AZ, and you can't change that configuration for Aurora by default, the process which we are following for other instances. Then you need to take a special steps when you need to migrate from another VPC. So that we would learn in future question. The DB instances is read replica or has read replica. Remove the read replicas and then add read replicas after the instances is moved to the new VPC. So if your database has a read replica, correct, I don't know you understand the concept of read replica or not. So whenever there is a database you create, correct, so always generally you create this read write mode both, and this is read replica. So generally all read operation which are heavy read operation goes to this database, correct, and our transactional operation you are doing read and write both generally goes to this here. Heavy read goes to here, so that database load is less. And what it is saying, the DB instance is having read replica or has read replica. First you need to remove this read replica from this database and add the read replica after. So once you migrate to this another VPC, then you need to first detach this read replica, then migrate to VPC and attach it again this read replica. That is what you need to do for migrating. The subnet group created in the target VPC must have subnet from the availability zone where source database is running. So that is very important. Suppose you are migrating database basically from this VPC to this VPC, correct? So if you are creating subnet here, this subnet here, this subnet, what it is saying, the subnet group created in the target VPC must have subnet from the availability zone where source database is running. So this is your subnet group for this database. This is from subnet group from database for this. Now this subnet was in AZ1 and this subnet was in AZ2. Okay, and what it is saying, when you try to migrate this database from here to here, it is mandatory you must have a subnet from availability zone where source database is running. So source database was running in AZ1. So next subnet when you create it, this must be an either of one should be from AZ1, it should be created, and this could be from AZ3, that should be fine. But one subnet must be, there is a mandate to be basically having subnet on a common subnet between old VPC and new VPC. One subnet should be in the same availability zone, is mandatory. If the availability zone are different, the operation would fail. So suppose if you are saying this is my 4th availability zone and this is 3 availability zone and this is 1 and 2, and when you migrate this would fail. That is what it is. So it has to have a one subnet which is in the same availability zone as the previous one. So that is one subnet is needed to migrate this to VPC. That is the restriction. Now go back to question. Question would be more simpler compared to this. So previously created Oracle does not have VPC and you want to create a VPC. Obviously you need to create a VPC, create a subnet in the VPC. Yes, we need to create a DB subnet group that contains subnet you created. Create a VPC security group because instance level security group is required. Must create a DB snapshot for your DB instance and then restore the DB snapshot. So the all 5 are correct here. So this is an answer. So let me submit this question. Okay, so now you can read more about this explanation here. So that's all about question number 17. Thanks for watching, and I hope you like this session. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe it, and you can get more premium material from the hadoopexam.com. So don't forget to visit hadoopexam.com after this, once you complete this question and answer sessions, or while anytime you can visit it to learn more about hadoopexam.com. We provide more and more content on hadoopexam.com. So this is our website. So just let me launch that. So you can see here, and you can from the top you can see like these are the menu item which you can select particular technology which you want it, and you can learn more. So Amazon AWS you want, so all are this product which are available about Amazon AWS are mentioned here on this page. You can click on, like we are discussing about AWS Professional right now, so this is what it is, and you can launch individual practice paper and learn more about this. Okay, so I'm stopping now. Thank you, and I wish you all the best.